Guys, shop the store, www.versapparel.co. That's right, www.versapparel.co. Go to the store. My favorite shirt is the skeleton skating shirt in that light gray tee. And my second favorite shirt is the astronaut surfing shirt in the white tee, guys. And then also the yellow Verse shirt in the Radical Versus sign in that mellow yellow. And also, guys, with every purchase you buy online at www.versapparel.co, you will get a free compilation CD. All right, you guys, thank you for viewing and listening. The Verse Podcast, as always, guys. Like and subscribe, as always, guys. Today, we are at Offside Shoot. If you're not familiar with what this looks like, this is not our studio, because we are at the Green Room. That's right, at Wonder Bar with Joe Harkum.
Often top, so I often stop and remember that life is a gift. Make the most of it. We exist for a short time, so focus on your purpose. Take it all in stride. Live before you die. Life is a gift. Oh shit, he got the pizza. Life is a gift. Asbury Park, New Jersey, baby.
Woo! Let's get it. I can't wait for it, man. I'm excited.
It's going to be a good show.
Yeah. You're on a tour right now, right? Is this your third show of this tour?
Third show, beginning of the tour. We got a new record out, and we're going to tour the whole country, man, promoting the record. And so far, so good.
That's awesome, man. That's great. Where are you guys tomorrow?
Tomorrow, we are playing a home show in Baltimore.
Baltimore,
so, yeah.
Okay. Nice.
That should be really fun. And we got a lot of special guests coming. It's going to be really, really good time. And then we start kind of like, after that we go to upstate New York and Cleveland and Pittsburgh. And then after that we're kind of gone for like a month.
Yeah.
You know, we're heading west. So.
Yeah, I saw the whole, all the cities you guys are doing. It's a big tour you guys
Crazy,
are doing.
man.
A lot of towns.
And I'm old, bro. Like, it used to be easy.
And you have a family too, right?
I know. I got a 3-year-old.
Yeah.
My wife's pregnant with another one on the way. And, it's all for a purpose. And it's working. So it's good. But, yeah, it's a lot more pieces to the puzzle now. You know, we need childcare when I'm gone. And it's just a lot more high risk when you're leaving for a whole month with your family at home, you know. And my wife works as well. So a lot of moving parts to this.
Yeah.
Back in the day, you would just be in the van, being a dirty bastard.
Yeah. Well, you're having fun so far. Third show in, I still see the life in you. So that's
man,
good.
It's always fun. Man.
Yeah,
you know,
the Art of Revenge tour, guys. Right?
Yeah, man.
That's awesome. So you want to tell us about your musical journey, how you got started, and where you are now?
Sure. My dad played guitar and sang around the house. I grew up before internet. I think we had dial-up when I was in like 6th grade or something like that. So when I was a kid, we would literally sing songs in the living room, like old homesteaders or some shit. Like, it's wild. My dad knew 100 songs by heart.
Yeah.
Didn't write music, but he played, Creedence was his favorite band and all kinds of old stuff like that,
Mm-hmm.
And that's what got me into music. And he taught me how to play guitar. And I really love writing songs. So I'm still not that good of a guitar player, but I play guitar so I can sing songs.
Yeah. At least you have like the rhythm and everything down. I mean, yes.
Yeah.
I used to play guitar too. I don't anymore, but it's an important thing to feel the music, having to play an instrument, Yeah, I feel like, at least, but
music will save your life, man. That's what got me going in a professional aspect, you know. Like we were playing a bunch of shows around town, and everybody that I was close to and hanging with, they were kind of partying a little harder than I could get away with if I wanted to go play the gig. I couldn't be banged up like that, you know. And
Yeah.
you know, as much drinking and partying as you do on the road, I really do think it saved me, man. Focusing on music instead of other stuff. Pretty
Yeah.
crazy.
That's awesome. So you started sixth grade, you said, right? Playing music. And then how did you translate that into playing shows
Well,
or starting a band?
I think probably started writing music in middle school, which I don't know if this is everybody's scenario, but I really started writing music first time I got my heart broken. You know, when you're young and you think your heart's broken, but you know, once you become an adult and you really know what heartbreak is, it's a little different. But you know, when you're a teenager, you're full of all these emotions you don't have to deal with. And I probably started writing a bunch of emo songs as a 6th or 7th grader. And
Nice.
And I was playing gigs in the bars when I was 16, 17.
Oh, wow.
And then when I turned 18, I moved to the city. And we had our band. My old band was called Pasadena. And we would have house parties in our apartment.
Mm.
And we would jam. All our friends come over, and we'd play a gig every once in a while, usually like an all-age thing. And our neighbor was a promoter at one of the bigger clubs in Baltimore.
Mm-hmm.
And he also managed the cigarette people. You remember like the Camel people come around with a big satchel of cigarettes?
And they would promote it and they would scan.
Yeah, they'd scan your ID, give you a pack of smokes.
That's what you're talking about.
Back when everybody smoked.
Yeah.
And
so your parents would be like, "Why are we getting these in the mail?"
He was a promoter at a club, but he also managed the cigarette people. So he knew we had these big banger parties downstairs in the apartment.
Yeah.
So he'd send the cigarette people down, and they'd clean up, you know. And we became friends with him. And I think the story, as far as I can remember, was a band bailed out with pretty short notice to open a show. And he said, "You guys want to open the show next week?"
Yeah.
And we're like, "Hell yeah, dude." Yeah. So we told all our friends came, and we were like on a real stage playing real music, you know, like, and I think after that I was just sold. I was like, "This is it, man. This is everything."
Yeah.
You know?
Once you get that feeling on stage, you're like, "That's it. That's a dopamine hit I need."
Before that, we played a bunch of great like open mics, and we used to go to a really great. It wasn't like an open mic. It was like it was an old carriage house that my friend Mark had. And every Tuesday, everybody come and play music and bring food. It was like this wonderful experience. But that was the first time I was on like a stage, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And man, it was awesome. And I just always wanted it ever since then.
Yeah. You're gonna experience it for a lot of shows coming up.
God, and that was like fucking.
Yeah.
I was 20 something years ago.
Yeah.
Crazy, man.
Yeah, that's awesome though. But you said you were playing emo music. Were you ever into the emo bands during that time?
Oh hell yeah!
What bands?
Bright Eyes, bro.
Bright Eyes. Oh,
Dashboard.
Dashboard.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I had an emo phase. Not really like the rock and emo, but like, you know.
Yeah.
I love acoustic music, man.
Yeah.
Always have. Always
you
have
listen to Spill Canvas at all, or I know they're playing here in a couple.
No, I don't think
weeks.
I know them.
Yeah, I think they're like later in that scene, but yeah, like acoustic, pretty good.
I love that kind of stuff.
Yeah, it's really good.
I love like sad songs make me happy. I don't know if that even makes sense, but like,
yeah, it makes sense. Yeah. You're connecting.
If it's like a happy song, I'm like, get the fuck out of here.
It's too happy for me.
But if somebody's making me cry, I'm like, it's beautiful, man.
Yeah, but yeah. So your inspirations, early 2000s. What's your inspirations now for music?
Right now, I'm crazy about. Flogging Molly is my favorite band. They've been my favorite band since I was young. So a lot of the more rocking stuff we do is definitely inspired by them. But lately, Joe Pug, I got into probably, I guess not lately, probably about a decade ago. But he kind of led me into like an Americana route where like, Jason Isbell, Tyler Childers, the Wood Brothers, that kind of stuff. I don't know. You know the Wood Brothers?
I've had it. I'm not familiar.
Awesome,
No.
dude. You gotta check them out.
I gotta put that on the list. I'm gonna write that down to listen to. The Wood Brothers, right?
Yeah, man. So good.
I'll check them out.
Crazy stuff.
That's awesome. Yep.
But yeah, just like more singer-songwriter kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm. Any mainstream artists like that songwriting that you?
Well, I mean, Tyler Childers, Jason Isbell now are very mainstream. Even though they're not. Though Tyler I think is on some radio, but I found both of them guys when they were kind of like smaller. So
yeah,
Jason Isbell was in Drive By Truckers, but I didn't even know that when I seen him play, and I just fell in love with him when he went solo. And then I saw Tyler Childers at the Troubadour in Los Angeles.
Oh wow!
For like $20.
Yeah.
Like it's crazy, man. And now we're going to see him in Virginia Beach in June, and it's like I forget what ungodly amount of money we spent on 2 tickets for me and my wife. Something crazy. It's like hundreds of dollars.
Yeah. Is that a stop during the tour, or is it later?
No. We just I now that I'm getting older, I'm trying to make it a point to like take off and do things.
Right.
So
yeah,
he's actually playing on our anniversary, me and my wife's anniversary. So we're going to go down.
Oh, okay.
Make a trip of it.
That's awesome.
Yeah, pretty cool.
Somebody talked about inspiration. How about your creative process when you write? Like, how do you go from like start to finish usually?
Most of the time, it's lyrics first. Mm-hmm. I'll have lyrics, and like I said, I'm not the best guitar player, so most of the time I'll just pluck around on the few progressions that I have, and and see what fits, and then kind of I'm like, I'll get a great first verse, and then I'll be stuck, and it's weird because it happens almost every time.
Yeah.
So then I sit on it, because if you force it, it's not going to come out right.
Yeah.
Every time I try to force a hook or a verse, I end up putting in the trash and doing something else anyway later down the line. So I really think patience is the key to writing music, at least songs, how I do it.
Yeah.
Because we only go through so many emotions. If you are writing in a certain headspace, there's a good chance you're going to be in that headspace again.
Yeah, true.
Instead of trying to finish a song, you're not in that headspace.
Yeah.
It just won't be as good of a song,
Right. Yeah.
So, everything I write's very like micro. It's all like things that have happened to me or my family, or an observation that has directly happened in my life. Mm-hmm. Which I'm trying to like exercise that muscle now, and write some kind of story songs, but it's just hard because I'm so used to writing for therapy personally, that it's hard to like make up a story about a man on a horse or some shit.
Yeah, if the feeling's not in it, it's kind of like it just loses touch with it.
Yeah,
like if someone told you, write a song like this, it's
some people can do it. Some people are empaths, man, and they can be like put themselves in that story, and feel that. But and I want to be that way. I just got to get better at it.
Yeah. If you think about it, it's kind of like an acting skill. Like you're putting yourself like in a person's shoes and trying to write to it.
Yeah.
Like like great writers, like TV show writers and everything like that.
I mean, countries, country guys back in the day was a little different because they would all sing each other's songs, and kind of like Irish music. Like whoever first wrote the song might not be the one to hit. Like Dylan's got a bunch of songs that other people have made a lot of money on.
Yeah.
But like them old country songs, like "Give My Love to Rose" is a good example of Johnny Cash song on that Folsom Prison album. About a guy getting out of jail, trying to get home to see his girl and his kid, and he dies on the way. And like some guy finds him by the train tracks, and he says, "Give my love to my wife," and all. It's a beautiful song.
Yeah.
But like Johnny Cash didn't go to jail more than a night, I think.
That's true. Yeah, older music is when you listen to some songs, it's like it's basically like a time machine.
Yeah.
like the stuff they go through. I mean, everyone experience like a lot of music's about love, you know, but you know, like the verses, like you said, like they structure it in different ways where it's like different, right, from everything
Yeah,
else.
there's a lot of good new stuff like that too. I mean, I'm not huge into the country scene as much as other people, but you know, Coulter Wall and stuff like that. Those guys are
Yeah.
writing beautiful country that, you know, reminds you of George Jones and stuff like that. Great stories. Mandolin Orange is another good band. I think they just changed their name to Watch House or something like that. But they make beautiful, like.
I'm gonna watch this recording and like listen.
Dude, I'm telling you, you'd be happy. There's a lot of good music out there, man.
Yeah, yeah. I got to give those all a listen. So going to your shows and touring and songwriting, what are the things that you found like difficult? What was like the biggest like difficult task you had to go through when being like a musician, and how'd you overcome it?
The most difficult thing might be a two-part answer. Like, we used to party a lot, you know. First and foremost, you got to learn moderation, because every day's Friday.
Yeah.
You know, everybody comes to the show tonight. This is a big deal. They're all coming to the show to have a great time, but you're doing it every night.
Right.
And every night they're like, let's fucking go. And you're like, we can go. We got to go like a little bit, because we cannot
we got to be on stage
hungover
tomorrow.
in the morning, every morning, which
Yeah.
for a long time, man, oh my God, I lost years, man. I just partied too much. And that was one big thing, is just like, you know, and it's not like you don't got to be crazy about it. Some guys just are sober because they, you know, it works better for them. But, you know, like I had to crack the beer at doors, but the old me would have had a beer when we got here at 3.
Yeah.
But I think the hardest thing, man, is just making it work. Like communication. Like if you're the band leader, or whether you're the band leader or you're a member of the band, or whether you're the manager, you have to have communication, or else people become passive aggressive and they build up a problem in their head, and then next thing you know, everybody's blowing up at the end of the night.
Yeah.
Like you have to have cut and dry what's happening with everything, you know, when you're getting paid, when you're getting home, like, and just making it work, you know, especially now I have a family. That's another thing. There has to be a lot of communication. I can't spring a tour on my wife. Like my wife knows I'm going to be gone 6 months before I leave.
Right. Yeah.
And I got it all worked out. You know, it's funny because like there's no money in music. You can somehow survive, but so nobody's doing it for the money. Everybody's doing it because they love it. And if you ever get to a point where you don't love it, just get the fuck out. Go do something else, because it's a lot of work and a lot of sacrifice.
Yeah.
I think so. The hardest thing for me was just figuring out how to make it work. And I think the biggest thing is communication with the people you're working with and for, because at the end of the day, nobody can do it on their own.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
I've done tours alone and it is awful.
Wow.
It's so much work. And I'm not even alone. I'm still hitting my manager every day. He's helping me with shit, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think kind of it's like getting your 10,000 hours, you know, with any job. You get to a point where like, okay, I figured out how to communicate with people, how to manage this whole fucking crazy thing that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
And we slide in home. Everybody got the rent paid. We're good.
And
we're not doing big, you know, we're not doing huge stuff, you know, but we're making a living. And I think we're making a difference in people's lives. Like it feels good.
Yeah.
People come up to us all the time and they're so stoked that we're here. And I get messages a lot and people say that song really helped me when I was going through this similar thing that you were going through. It's fucking amazing.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah, you definitely have to have a passion for it. Like anything creative is like, you have to be passionate.
I've seen guys who just are not into it no more and they're still doing it. I'm like, man, you gotta go home and like
That's
make
tough.
music for yourself again or something, man.
Yeah.
You can't be out here sucking your soul away.
I know. It's funny because I was on Instagram and I saw a post of you know, like all like the new like people trying to come out as musicians. Like they spend all their time doing content, and this girl put a post, you know, like a little skit saying like, someone played like they were like a person was TikTok and like, I'm gonna be going now, and then she's like, I could finally concentrate on just writing music rather than like putting content like on IG, and that's like a whole nother, or IG or TikTok, that's a whole nother beast.
It's everything right now, man. It really is like, and I'm really bad. I think a lot of guys that came up like me, who are kind of old school, are pretty bad at it. But with the new record, we took the time to make some really good like live videos of me playing, like professional stuff, and we got really good art made, and it made a world of difference. You know, a world of difference. You could tell the interaction and everything was up. I know people who like really know the algorithm and everything, and I don't really know.
Neither do I.
But I know if you just put a little bit of effort into it, you will see a return, Mm-hmm. And it's all just, nowadays, everybody's attention span is so short. So it's like 4 seconds. They're like, nah, they just swipe past it. But ultimately, you have to try because you got to get them to the song, And if you're like an older, regular looking dude like me, you better have a good song that catches them right away.
Yeah.
Because I'm not doing any dances or nothing.
Play the song. All right, guys. New tour.
At the end of the day, a song will speak for itself.
Yeah.
But you have to get in their ear for at least a second. They're like, oh, maybe I'll check it out.
Yeah. So I remember back during like the local scene, like in Jersey, like the way they would promote a lot of things would be through just like flyers. Now it's like you were saying with the art and everything, like it's so like time invested to put into that because now so many eyes can see it just through social media and stuff. So
yeah, and even getting booked, man, it's wild. Like they really kind of look at your Instagram first.
Yeah.
Or your Spotify numbers before they even listen to you.
Yeah.
Which makes sense. It's all business, they're not going to give you a guarantee if they don't think you're going to make the money back. Well, I get that, but like,
yeah, they want to see metrics.
The song is kind of almost the music's the last thing that gets accounted for.
Yeah.
In some situations,
Which is a shame.
I know.
I don't even know if music videos are even like a big thing anymore, but
yeah, I tell you, it's funny because like, there's a few people that do make really good music videos. Yeah. And if they put one out, I'll go watch it. Something it's probably dope. Yeah. Like Wax or like Prof, if they have a video out, like it's probably really cool and like unique. But yeah, I can't imagine. Like if I make a music video, it's usually just to chop up into reels and promote the single.
Right. Yeah.
YouTube is my last concern only because it's the hardest thing for me to win.
Yeah. YouTube is very hard because like you were saying, attention span.
Yeah,
so
and like
short.
Back when you would drive people to the videos from like Facebook, it was great. But now Facebook has their own video thing. They have their own version of that where like, we upload music videos to Facebook now.
Yeah.
So if we're trying to get anybody over to YouTube, it's almost impossible.
Yeah.
I will say for like podcasting and stuff, probably very different because like my favorite podcast, most of the time I'm driving, but every time I'm like, I wish I could watch them talk because they, sometimes they get animated and like, I mean, I just want to see what's happening right now.
Yeah, I usually watch the podcast whenever like I'll work and I'll just have the podcast video playing.
I would love to
check it, but
when I'm home, we got a 3-year-old, so when I'm home, I'm like daddy time. So not a lot of TV for dad at home, but yeah.
Well, I think we just got like a couple more questions left. So, how do you prepare for live performances usually?
We have been very good about rehearsing lately, which we never used to do. And then I'll normally, about 20 minutes before the show, I'll warm up in the green room. Most time I'll like play the first song. Like if I'm nervous, I do a lot of support stuff lately. Like if I'm in front of my crowd, I'm like, let's fucking go. Like, I'm ready to go. But if I'm, on tour with Uglies or Trop or somebody, and they got a packed house of people who don't know who the fuck I am, I'm like, I got to play the first song, make sure I got that, because after the first song, then I'm warmed up and I'm comfortable.
Right.
So,
yeah.
but I've had some times where I went out and flubbed the first song, and then I was in my own head, and I messed up again in the set, and like, you know, people don't really notice the little things you do, but I just come off defeated, and I'm just like, God.
Yeah.
So I try to like always warm up 20 minutes before I go on stage, just you know.
That's good. Yeah. All right, guys. Order of Revenge, Joey Harkum. Thank you for having us here. We traveled all the way here just so we could do this, guys. Coming from North Jersey, so we're in South Jersey now. So thank you so much, Joey. It's amazing, guys. All right, guys. We got some couple episodes coming up in a couple weeks, guys. Exciting, and stay tuned. We'll see you in a couple weeks, guys.
Thanks, brother.
Thanks so much.